3 dangerous ways that you're attracting bad energy, carrying your past around with you, and blocking the law of attraction from manifesting in your life. This video will change your life forever. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let's dive right into 3 dangerous things that we're doing to block the law of attraction. Number 1, focus on what's missing. There's 3 primary terms of self-talk that we use, and the first one of those negative terms is focusing on what's missing. Have you ever noticed that, right? We focus on what's missing over and over and over again. Like there's a story and it's about this grandma who's walking her kid on the beach, right? And they're walking on the beach and this huge wave comes in and takes the kid. And the grandma's standing there screaming, "This was the best day of my life, and now my grandson's gone. I mean, what am I gonna do?" And 2 seconds later, the wave comes and brings the kid back, sitting right back on the ground. He's in perfect shape. Here he is. And the lady says, "Well, what the heck? He had a hat on." And she's all upset because the kid doesn't have the hat that he came with, right? And we're always focused on what's missing, right? We look at our bank account and then we say, "This is lack because it's not where I want it to be. This is lack because it's not where I want it to be. Yeah, but, and we move in this space." So what I'm inviting you to consider is looking at the practice of where you're focusing on what's missing in your life. Because spirit never manifests itself other than perfectly. Because spirit's back here like, "Yo, I got your back, man. I'll do everything you need and I'll manifest all your desires." But we're back here and we're telling the universe, "Man, I'm in this energy of, I don't have the money, and that video didn't do this, and this thing didn't do this, and my girlfriend didn't do this, and my boyfriend didn't do this, and my boss, and the problem with the house is this." And we're so stuck on reality that we don't recognize that the more you focus on the things that you don't want, the more you experience them in your body. Because every thought has a chemical reaction. Every time I think something, it has a chemical reaction that is sending different impulses through my brain. It's controlling my nervous system and creating how you feel. So every time you think something, you're creating how you feel. What is your feeling? It's conscious awareness of your vibration. What's your vibration? Your vibration is your energy, and your energy is what you attract into your life. So every thought creates a feeling in your body that creates your energy that dictates what you attract. So while you may be being realistic about something that might not be working in your life, your dentist did this mistake, and your boss, and your family, and this person, and it, right? And we look at these things, and it makes sense to complain about them, right? And it makes sense to notice that we don't want them, right? But once we sense that the energy doesn't feel aligned, then move away and let's direct our thoughts towards what we want, because we're automatically attracting negative things when we're focusing on what's missing in our life, because we put ourselves in an energy of lack of possibilities, and we only see more lack of possibilities because you don't see the world as it is. You see it as you are. Number 2, focusing on what is. Have you ever seen that before? Because most people, they don't control their bank account with their thoughts. Their bank account controls their thoughts. Most people don't create the world with their thoughts. The world creates their thoughts for them, because they get so brainwashed by their physical senses that they look out and they see, my bank account is this, the economy is this, I haven't had this in my dating life and my romance and my friendship, and we look out to the world as it is. And then the world as it is creates a thought for us in our head. So the bank account says $23 and I say, "Man, I don't have any money. It would be nice if I had more money, but I don't have any money." So then the outside appearance of something starts controlling your thought pattern. So what is ends up controlling your thought pattern. And the same thing happens dating life, and there's no good guys out there and there's no good girls out there. And what is controls our thought pattern. I don't like this about this person. It's something about the way that they do this. That situation or that person has now controlled your thoughts, right? So what's happening is we're living in this place of constant reaction to everything outside of ourselves, and then that controls our thoughts. Then our thoughts recreate our future to look the same as our past and our present, and then we say nothing's changing. But everything's changing. You're just recreating because you're allowing what is to control your thoughts, right? So it's this practice of, can I actually recognize that the greatest discoveries in human history, whether it was, the bending piece of metal and flying it over the ocean, or electricity, or or the law of flotation, or it was the technology that we have today. Anything that's ever been created of great consequence at any time, whether it was civil rights or environmental movements and progress forward to benefit human civilization, no thing amazing is ever created by looking at what is and saying, hey, you think I can do it? You think I can do it based off of the way things are? The Wright brothers weren't like, yo man, all you pilots that crashed every time you tried to fly, do you think it's possible? Because they were like, no, look at, I broke my arm and look at this. They didn't look to what is to decide what they could create in the future. So when you get stuck on what is, you leave no place for what can be. And the third thing is focusing on what has been. Have you ever heard somebody talk about the good old days, even though they never had any good old days? So the good old days were actually bad old days, and then they bring the bad old days into the present, and they don't like the present because it's not like the past, but they don't like their past because they didn't really actually like it and they didn't get what they want, and they're in this place where they're in this cycle of, I don't like this and I don't like this, and here's the past and here's the past. The thing is, the future is the future because there's cool new exciting things that can happen in your life financially. There's cool new exciting things that can happen in your life and your romance. There's cool new exciting things that can happen in your career, in your families, in your spirituality, in your friendships, in your experiences, in your life adventures. There's so many possibilities. Just think about the fact that everything you want already exists right now. Whether it's your dream house, and maybe even if the land isn't built, even if the house isn't built yet, the land still exists. So your dream house is technically already there. All the things that you ever desire, whether it's your dream job, you may not have it yet, but it exists. And if it doesn't exist, it exists in your imagination, which is actually what creates everything in the world anyways, right? There's certain things the universe or God has given us, some natural things that existed, but everything else, from the camera, from what's in your bank account, to a guitar, to a television, to a house, to a car, to a human civilization, everything in existence is the creation of thought and only thought, nothing else. What is thought? Thought is imagination in action. Right? So it's like, whoa, dude, thought is imagination in action. What do I want to create in my life? This is amazing, and this is so exciting, and this is so fun. Except for most people are like, yeah, but I mean, it used to be better. It used to be better though. It was just better than this before. You know, the way this was, and there was less traffic, and I mean, you know, everything was cheaper before. I mean, there wasn't as much corruption. I mean, there wasn't as much chemicals in the food, it's like, dude, okay, I understand that, but that's just the way it is. So let me create a better life for myself because I'm not going to carry around the past with me. So make a commitment with me. You're not going to look to the past anymore to decide your future. Let's do it together. We're not going to look to the past anymore to decide our future. Comment that down below. I let go of my past. I release my past. I create from infinite possibilities. I create from infinite possibilities. You start to prime your brain and your mind. I create from infinite possibilities. And then you start to see those possibilities. I create from infinite possibilities. But most people are like, yeah, it was better last week. I mean, if it could just be like last month, I mean, I don't know why it's so hard right now. I create from infinite possibilities. I don't know about you. Comment that down below. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. And when you utilize these 3 techniques, you'll get what you want quicker and faster, and you'll feel better because you'll be focusing on possibilities rather than negativity, limitations, and being in our little box. So be sure that you download my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com down below. It'll program your subconscious mind for success, because the problem is 95% of our life is an unconscious mind, and that unconscious mind, psychologists say 75% of it is negative, so it's contrary to what we want. So you need hypnosis to program your mind for positivity, because our conscious mind is only responsible for 5% of our life. So you might be saying, yes, I'm going to focus on what I want, but if your unconscious mind is controlled and programmed, it's impossible to get there. So download that, jakeshypnosis.com, press the subscribe button in the corner, go out there, make the world a bigger, brighter, more beautiful place for everyone, smile on your face, contemplating all the infinite possibilities that you choose to surround yourself and create with in your life. See you next video.